Don't bump into me. Okay, successfully. I think that's the fate. So I'm glad we can bump into them again. Bertrude salutes up to you as the black wagon passes through the skies above her former abode. Our kind who lurk below, they would scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them when Sandalwood came to fetch us that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished laborers, with whom we shared so many moons in exile. We trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. She seems almost nostalgic as she lists off the various services provided at Big Bertrude's. Curses, bombs, potions, powders, cleaning regents, sleep medicines, fungicides, seances. Big Bertrude's earned quite a name for itself through the downside for these and other things. When we are finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. That's fun. Another good detail I appreciate, we didn't get the achievement for getting 50 pages. We got the achievement for unlocking 50 pages. They want to make sure you read through them. Wilfred joins you as you soar high above the storm-ravaged waters and approach to the infamous Isle of Kaelmer. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside's small misfortunes, I suppose. The wagon's drive imps seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now even than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place. Tariq, do you suppose the dissidents were able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in the stars, though we soon shall know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. I appreciate that he knows he can't smoke inside the wagon. That's polite of him. Do we go to Barb Reef or Sharp Shoal? Neither of them sounds particularly safe. Let's go to Barb Reef. Deathless Tempest. Make landing within the Deathless Tempest, far west of where you first breached through the shores beyond. You wonder which sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now you have some time before continuing onward. Some time left before continuing onward. Oh, no one to talk to. But we got a tiny tempest, entertaining, but would unleash calamity if it were to ever be unbottled. In the words of Molten we waited for the deathless tempest to subside. We waited, but the Underking, he merely laughed and laughed, for the deathless tempest does not subside. What lies beneath that stretch of sea to cause such an upheaval is best left to myth and speculation. We made passage nonetheless through sorceress aid and fortune, scarce seeing the surrounding environs. We did detect a landform to the west. Solium Mur detected there the presence of the treacherous aid who lured him into exile, and then followed him in turn. Mur, in his wisdom, thought it best to be avoided. At last did we arrive on distant lands, though seeing them provided little comfort. Cool. Let's survey Barb Reef. Sir Gilman wishes for you to come along on a routine inspection of the surroundings. You volunteer to survey the dark waters along the Black Wagon with Sir Gilman and Bertrude. What a pairing! I ship it. Look at this. Ah, my good compatriots, the Master Reader himself, and Bertrude. Shall we be off, then? He's got the heart in the eyes. He sees it. We see it. Everyone sees it. The search turns up nothing much of note, though wandering with Sir Gilman and Bertrude provides reprieve from a long day on the road. Together you return to the wagon in somewhat better spirits. You should have some time remaining with which you may pursue your vocations. And talk to people. Sir Gilman is training intently when you approach. Master Reader, this knight was so engulfed in memories of the Sea Dominion that he failed to detect your stealthy advance on his position. Splendidly done. This knight would have been vanquished by you easily. This knight is fortunate to have you as an ally rather than a mortal foe. His kind routinely clambers from the depths of the Sea Dominion to seek greater glory and perhaps a slighter long life expectancy within your commonwealth. Such an honor it would be to be assigned the rank of knight and be conscripted onto the front lines of the Commonwealth against their vicious winged enemies. In the Sea Dominion, it was our ultimate goal to fight our way to the surface, past our brethren, past the razor reefs, the strangle kelp, the snaggle fins that prey upon our kind. Sugarman continued listing undersea dangers and terrors for some time. Past the blood sniffers, the electric scallops, the rogue worms of the frigid current, the paralyzing nets of the farfishers, and even past the scalding waters of the glowing trench. Finally, he trails off. Yet, even despite the myriad challenges of living in the Sea Dominion, it is each would-be Worm Knight's duty to abandon that place at his or her soonest convenience. How humorous it was to learn that life within your commonwealth had quite a bit in common with our existence undersea. 'Twas not all pomp and glory as the stories told. Perhaps it is our lot as Worm Knights to bring strife with us wherever we should go, for even here, it seems, is our kind pitted both against our brethren and all others. He remained silent for a while, but then, "Ah well, it is fortunate that this knight found within this place so fine a company as yours. It is a most different change of pace to strive toward a common purpose, rather than strive constantly to outperform each other toward one's own self-gain. Although, to the extent that we are competing still, this knight shall ever strike to take the lead, make no mistake about that, Master Reader. This knight was born to be the best, just like all the billions like him. Now is he off to steal himself? Your pardon, Master Reader." He scoots off somewhere to continue with his self-made training regimen. He's gained +1 quickness for the next right. Move on. We don't need much money, so I guess we can mentor. Ooh, that's fun. We haven't seen that before because I've never chosen the mentor option. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites, you can impart some of its teachings. As each exile's path toward enlightenment is personal, you'll have to mentor them one at a time. You know I love Jodariel, but she is doing pretty well in terms of experience points. We should probably balance it out a little bit more. And by that I mean we should probably give it to Bertrude.
Very well then, educate us if thou canst.
You illustrate to Bertrude some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all three in a triumvirate can move and act as of one mind. You sense she grasps some of the concepts. And it's just a flat-out level up. Okay.
The strange designs of the 8 scribes, their everlasting sorceries, are strong within this land, and we shall yet make further use of them, we think.
Cool. After Bertrude pounces at an adversary, she instantly recovers all her stamina. That's great. She would never disclose her age, though some surmise that she had lived for half a millennium or more. When slithering, Bertrude uses 50% less stamina and moves 30% more quickly. Milithe works quickly, tirelessly, crafting talismans and arcane artifacts for spreading panic in the Empire. That is great, because I think they also get stunned from a pounce. So I can just, like, Bayonetta link from enemy to enemy, pounce, and then get to the Pyre. I'm excited to see if I can make that work. That's cool.
Thy knowledge of the rites is far more extensive than we first surmised.
Cool. Let's continue our journey. Don't have a lot of options. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side comes huffing toward your wagon, here in the eerie stillness of Deathless Tempest. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Volford's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else!" You thank the messenger imp for the report. Soon it has all your companions talking. "Ah, the noble Ruki! He sets a shining example unto us all. Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad."
We understand this Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind.
But you didn't... I guess you interacted when we visited you to upgrade the wagon, but you don't really know Ruki, do you? It seems that Greentail had himself a conscience after all.
Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here.
Haruki!
Tizo is happy to learn that Ruki joined the revolution in the Commonwealth. The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imp accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. Even he gets a little happy animation. Your commands gain +1 hope. Wish Rookie luck. Your wagon shudders to a halt at the Isle of Kaelmer. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding feel. In the distance you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like drive imps? Oh, do we have another mini-game? I forget that we did that. Whoa, guys! How'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. I'm only joking, only joking. You're the only customers I got. Gotcha again. Only joking about that too. Cause I got tons of customers. Oh boy, almost said something real bad there. Tons of customers. It's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyways, I just got a little something which maybe you're really into. Been hearing about these little numbers for a while. Check them out. He reveals to you a set of twin rings, a jeweled band, and a runed band. At the start of a round, briefly gain infinite stamina if an ally has the other band. Also gains +2 presence, +2 quickness, and +2 hope. Wow. Plain looking enchanted ring never found far from its more attractive counterpart. Old enchanted ring never found far from its humble looking counterpart. Thinking these thingies are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anybody could probably use them, provided they was to buy them off of me. I was gonna get them for myself, but anyways, let me know if you want them. How much? 88. Alright, well, maybe we can start saving up for that. That's pretty cool. Also, I can do some shipping if I want by giving, like, I could, once again, I don't know if there's any PC romance in this. I'm gunning for Jodariel as much as I can. But if that's not a thing, Jodariel and Pamatha is a fun couple. It'd be fun to give them the 2 rings. Yeah, we're not going to buy anything currently, but God, I want to hold on to them out of respect, but they are also a lot of money. We'll still hold on to them for now. Come back when you're going to buy something. Yeah, we got 1 page. Forgot about that. The Isle of Kaelmer. The traitor Kaelmer Ropecollar, whereas he brought about our empire's fall, whereas he nearly claimed the life of our dear Solium, we forgive him. We have forgiven him, we give a certain thanks to him, for he has played a vital part in the star's plan. If not for him, then we, the 8, would never have aligned. We never found the Ropecollar. He fled into the sea towards an isle which we knew well to avoid. 'Twas there we think that Kaelmer's tattered mantle finally did him in, among the wild imps. Should the stars ever converge above that isle, it shall be to signify that their long dance across the skies is drawing to a close. That's a dire take. That is a dire and hot take. You stand before the bizarre outcroppings of the Isle of Kaelmer. The sky darkens, and in the distance you hear the sound of gibbering creatures growing louder. The sound of it is unnerving enough that your fellow exiles remain quiet, their eyes affixed to the stars above. Soon something in the sky above begins to stir. Lord Gandroth, your adversaries shall have 8 presents, raising the size of their auras.
Lord Gandroth.
Let's give them that, and let's turn this off. Let's have health be the same as it usually is.
A glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Night Wings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kaelmer. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. Your adversaries in the coming right shall
Fun statue.
Dissidents. Extinguish now their power.
Oh god, it's just a football arena for the drive imps.
Now prepare yourselves.
Oh, that's great. That's such a fun little addition. They're waving flags and everything. Oh, that's really fun. That is really fun.
Smell that, mates. Looks like we're gonna have to take this one a little serious this time. That's right, 'cause they ain't got Greentail clogging up their ranks no more. He's back home now with his dear old mom where he belongs. Right time you Nightwings jumped that deadbeat. Gotta have some standards after all. Just the same, we're gonna stomp you into the ground. Get ready.
Who shall conduct this rite?
Let's take a look at who we're looking at. We got Barker, of course. Has a talisman that gains presence. I didn't realize they have a full gang of 6. I didn't know that. Anyways, we're fighting against Charson, who might avoid banishment if he gets a goal. Looks like they're probably all the same. Yeah. We also have Marla, Snarlo, Scarly, and Wolfie. Alright, so let's get Bertrude back in here just to cash in that inspiration.
Bertrude.
Who else? I feel like it makes sense to put in dang it.
Who shall stand together here this night? Bertrude.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. Since we're on the Isle of Kaelmer, I feel like it makes sense to put Faye in here. So let's put Faye in here. And... Tizo's already reached Enlightenment. So I feel like it doesn't matter all that much to make sure he's leveled up. Whereas Jodariel, I'm going to try and keep with me to the end. So if we can get her up to level 5, that would be great. So we're going to go with Jodariel. She's also just easily the best character in terms of gameplay. And in terms of actual game, obviously. Prepared as ever.
Been itching for another go. Let's have it, mates. Tear 'em to shreds.
As the rite commences, the imps throughout the cart. I didn't think they would move. The imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles and our plan, mere entertainment to these lonesome creatures.
Begging your pardon, sir. The imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now they offered a bounty in soul if our triumvirate proves worthy.
They would pay us? In exchange for what exactly? And where do they get the soul, for that matter?
My understanding is they wish to see us perform various feats of glory. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within the sea? Flashy displays of mastery in the rites, which certain types of imps are willing to pay to see. Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real if the soul could be of benefit.
Indeed. Then, reader, my girl, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. We trust your judgment. Now let us not distract you further here. Henceforth you shall be tasked with feats of glory in the rites. Salute the imps. Interesting, interesting.
Now begin.
Oh dang, he got 2 and 1 too. Dang.
There. The first dousing.
Alright, alright. Do we get more? No, it's just the one, but I imagine we'll get them for every match now. Dang.
Your flames grow.
Okay, they're not growing weak. It's 15 points.
Big on Bertrude.
Gotta go fast.
What happened there?
There's a lot happening, man.
Beneath
Dang.
tempt.
Dang. That was good play. That was good play.
Perhaps you are unworthy. Twas a crushing blow against their power.
Thank you. Working on it.
Your pyre burns brighter for the while.
Fast. I'm very fast.
Died a little.
The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling into the sacred grounds.
Oi, you little buggers, what do you think you're doing? Blasted little imps, they're getting real agitated like.
Oh god.
What are those blasted creatures?
I don't know.
This is a sacred tradition, not some boorish spectacle.
Dang.
The burning flame.
They were waiting for me to leave my defense open. That was a good move. Good move.
It's taken.
Yeah, close. Okay. God, letting it boost. I think I have the boost Titan Star equipped, and that was a bad move for
There goes old
this
Bertrude.
team. Booyah.
It is done. The Nightwings once again prevail.
You don't have to put the question mark in there.
They do deserve their freedom.
Downside Pilgrim.
The right is done.
Oh, you think you're better than us just because you beat us fair and square here, is that it? Ah, at least you got my blood to boil a little bit.
That's great. You think you're better than us just because you did better than us?
Yay!
She now stands closer to the scribes.
I feel so overwhelmed, I think, because the scribes, I think they speak to me and lift me up whenever I begin to think that I'm going to fall. Alright, so Faye jumps and power jumps farther than usual. If Faye is banished while jumping, she shall instantly return at the origin of her jump. You shall conquer that river and much more, my lord, Kael'mar Ropecollar's last words to Solium Mur. If she's banished while jumping, she will instantly return to the origin of her jump. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That seems really cool. I just have to remember to jump as Faye, which I don't know if I will remember, but yeah, I like that.
Until the next round.
I'm gonna be a little bit upset if Faye, being a savage like Kael'mar, is not addressed at all. Because they made a big deal of, like, why are we going to this star? That doesn't make any sense. After you and your fellow exiles overcame the distance, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Bertrude seems to be unwell, although you cannot yet sense why. How are you feeling, madam?
We are terribly weary. We fear that we have taken ill somehow, for ours is a strength not easily suppressed.
I see.
Then please do not exert yourself, or try.
The lone minstrel motions for you to come closer.
Reader, Bertrude appears rather disorientated and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely unpleasant. Symptoms of banishment sickness.
An ailment suffered by those who frequently conduct the rites, debilitating but fleeting. The sense of loss and isolation during banishment sometimes extends beyond that time. Interesting.
She should soon be able to take part in light activities, I think, but under no circumstance shall she be able to conduct the coming rite. Now then, I ought not keep you from the stars above. Please go and have a look at them, for all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place.
Interesting. That makes extra sense because I did have her get 2 in a row. Stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Alright, I believe with that win, we have passed a very important threshold. But we will double check in a second. We will double check now. I was hoping we get to 51, but we are now at a 50% chance probability of success, which is good. I'm glad we're there. Salium, the 24th, 10th moon, 8:37 AS. Another omen as the stars aligned above the Isle of Kael'mar. It seems they have yet some surprises left in store for us. No matter, another liberation rite is fast approaching. BS. Oh, it tells us lights till next liberation. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, on that in mind, that means... do we want to fight the Essence or the Chastity at the Liberation? I'm kind of digging the idea that we're going to give Manly a chance and then just grab it away from him. So yeah, let's go ahead and fight the Essence now if it's an option.